This is Kristen from My Ag Life, and we're in Modesto at the AAIE conference. And I'm here with Joanne Baumgartner, and she's with Wild Farm Alliance. Hi, Joanne. Can you just start by telling us a little bit about what Wild Farm Alliance does?
Sure. We help growers bring nature back to the farm and benefit from it. So everything from supporting pollinators to beneficial insects to birds and protecting natural resources like water quality and holding soil in place so it can do the work that growers want it to do.
And have you found that growers are really receptive to the things that your company offers?
Yes, we are a nonprofit. And most growers are interested in having a diverse toolkit. And so these kinds of things really help them broaden what they're doing and help them better manage their farm.
I'm not sure if you mentioned at the beginning, but you and I have spoke in the past, and one of the things that you guys are really good at is helping growers incorporate bird boxes, nesting boxes in their operations. Can you just talk a little bit about that? And what are some of the ways that you guys implement that? And what are some of the best ways that farmers can incorporate those?
Sure. There's basically a couple kinds of boxes. There's boxes for songbirds. They're smaller boxes. And it's usually if you put up a bluebird box, you're going to support up to 10 different species. In those boxes, birds that we know help with pest control. You can also put in larger boxes for barn owls. And there's one study that showed 3,400 rodents who were eaten by a pair of barn owls and their 4 nestlings, or on average. They are incredible. They don't help with a huge amount of rodents, but if you can bring the rodent population down to a manageable level, they'll help you manage that. And then you don't have to use rodenticides, which are really hard on birds and other wildlife.
Yeah, and that's just one more input that a farmer doesn't have to pay for.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's probably less expensive. You brought up a good point about rodent control. I have heard that there's been a huge increase of rats and possibly mice in like the Fresno County area. Not sure if you've heard about that, but it seems like bird boxes would be an ideal situation for what growers are dealing with down there.
Yeah, barn owls will eat rats and mice. When you have mice, they're usually more often in row crops, as opposed to growers are also interested in getting rid of ground squirrels and voles. And those are usually rodents that are in perennial crops.
And I was talking to one of your colleagues earlier, and he had mentioned that you guys are focusing on like the top 10 commodities in ag now and what pests to go after there. Can you speak to any of that?
Sure. We recently published a guide about those 10 crops and the habitat that you can put in to support not birds, but beneficial insects. And we geared it toward which insects would attack the major pests of those major crops. And so it's a really useful thing for growers to do.